Hello, and welcome to another build from the Freed. This build is focused on Fl4k the Beast Hunter, or Beastmaster I should say, and it is focused around the fadeaway skill for cloaking, doing gun damage and crits, and is basically a sniper build. Most of the skills go down the stalker tree. Both of the mods are here, and the beast skill and action skill. The remainder of the points will be going down the hunter skill tree. Now to start, I will go over each of the points and why I got them. To start, we get our action skill, which allows you to cloak for 15 seconds, makes you automatically crit for each of your 3 shots, no matter where you hit, and gives you movement speed, health regeneration, and 3 times normal critical hit damage. It is massive, and the build is focused around this ability primarily. First, we get 5 points of self-repairing system, because that is a lot of health regeneration, and that is very valuable. Next, we get 5 points of Furious Attack. This gives us increased handling, gun damage, and duration for each stack. At max, you have almost 50% handling and 20% gun damage. And all you have to do is shoot an enemy. So if you shoot them with like a fast shooting machine gun, you'll have those stacks in no time. Then we get 5 points into Eager to Impress to reduce our pet kill cooldown time and Fl4k's kill cooldown time, so we have more use of our action skill. Then we get a point into Lick the Wounds, because having your pet attempt to revive you will be very valuable when you're in a situation that will inevitably happen and you go down from some silly mistake or a badass or anything like that. Then we get 3 points into Turn Tail and Run. You get a huge amount of damage reduction and decent health regeneration while moving, or you get high gun damage of 25% and increased fire rate while you're still, which you can combine with your cloak to run away and get increased movement speed and damage reduction and health regen, and then all of a sudden you get gun damage and fire rate when you're ready to finally snipe with those 3 powerful bullets. Then we get 3 points into the Fast and the Furious, so we get 25% gun damage and 10% movement speed if we're above half health, which if we aren't getting hurt very much will be fairly easy to do, combined with our health regeneration. And then we get 3 points into Rage and Recover, which gets us just high enough to get our ultimate. This gives us 4.8% of missing health per second. This is less valuable than the first one, which give you per second no matter what, because it says missing health, so when you're higher in health, it won't do as much. And then we get 1 point into our ultimate, which gives us a flat 25 damage, or 50 if it's at full health. I'm not sure if that's percent based, or if it's just a flat number, or something else, but either way, you're going to get a huge damage increase if you use this at full health, or a decent one if you're not. From there, I consider this ability, but we're going for a critical hit build with like a few shots probably from a Jacob sniper, so that level of critical hit damage is not really as valuable as having the higher damage from 3 bullets. It's like 4 times the difference for critical hit damage. That's not as helpful. And this, while the taunting is nice, it's not nearly as useful as the 2 abilities below it. This one will give you way more health regen and movement speed, which will be valuable when you're trying to survive and keep up your buffs. And this is where we really want that increased critical hit damage per 3 hits. You will be doing monstrous sniper damage, especially with the Jacobs. And on this side for the beast skill, we definitely want the gunslinger jabber. mostly because you get movement speed and critical hit damage just for having it, but also having a rocket launcher just for clicking the attack command. I mean, that's just too awesome. And that completes the main skill tree, which leaves us over to the second skill tree, which is the hunter skill tree. First, we need 5 points into interplanetary stalker. This gives us a flat 10% damage per stack every time you get a kill. They last for a short time, but you also get bonuses for humans, robots, and beasts. From there, we want 3 points into head count to reduce our cooldown for getting crits. And we want 2 points in here to increase our ammo reload per crits. And we want 5 points into Two Fang, so we have a chance to do double damage by shooting a second extra projectile every time we shoot a bullet, which essentially is double damage for a free shot that comes out of nowhere. And at that point, we want to get 3 points into Big Game. This will increase the hunter skill duration by 100% and the hunter skill effects by 30%. This will affect interplanetary stalker, so your downs will be higher here. But much more importantly, it will increase this skill, which will give you 8 seconds instead of 4 seconds. And it will increase the handling and gun damage up to almost about 30% handling, maybe 35%, and the gun damage will be probably, I don't know, 3% per stack, so you get almost 30% gun damage. It's impressive, and 8 seconds is really nice. And the last 4 points will go into the most dangerous game. You're gonna get twice this because of this ability. So you'll be getting 50% gun damage, 20% more critical hit damage, and 66.6% handling for 240 seconds. That is 4 minutes that you will have this buff just for killing a badass, and they are generally pretty common in Borderlands games. Imagine having that for 4 minutes. You will just be destructive as all heck. And sniping will be probably the strongest it's ever been, in my opinion. And the final point will go into Galactic Shadow, which will increase your critical damage and make enemies less likely to attack you, which is really a very useful theme for this build. And that completes this sniper build for Flak. If sniping was your game, and being invisible and doing high critical hit damage without being seen, and having other enemies or allies do the work for you to distract, then this is your theme. Hope you enjoy it. See ya later.